So, hello. Um, I'm here replaying the challenge of yesterday that I won. So, okay. I'm live. Someone sees me? Please say something in the chat. The music is a bit loud. So, okay. So that's round one, and let's go for it. So this is our hand. We ponder and we keep a second land because we need the lands. We have a strong hand, but here we're fine. We drew another Infernal Tutor. We go for Island, ponder. We get mana, so that's cool. So he has a Mox and the Plains. That's weird. That's a weird deck, but his only hate is like a Stoneforge Mystic. So we don't care about that. Here we brainstorm, we found Ritual and that, and then we just with Toxis we see it's like big Taxes deck. And yeah. The Natural Storm just killed him. Huh. I hope I don't have to. That it gets. Oh, crap. I'm gonna have to do this all rounds. It's pretty sad. Okay. So that's game two. We changed Duress and Deputation Pass and place on some preordains for all the anti-hate cards. Like the Massacre, the Echo Truth. So he has Leyline, which is okay-ish, and a Mox. We are lucky that he keeps his hands because Leyline and Revoker. So we ponder here. We found a Nauseam, so we can Nauseam this turn or next turn. I think I here, okay. Here, I was really thinking if I should announce him now or on his turn, but the odds of winning there were really low. So also, the thing is that the second card from top was Massacre. So when I flip now announce him, I will reveal Massacre. So he will be able to play around Massacre if possible. Maybe playing Sanctum Prelate on 4. So I don't want that. I want to announce him and play a chalice, then I just ritual. And I am Nauseam. I flip the second Massacre. Focus Recall. Here my plan is from my flips is to not die and just here I misclick and take out Bayou instead of Swamp, which I should have taken. But here my plan, and I should have played Lion's Eye Diamond, but I discarded a card I didn't want it to. I discarded the Infernal Tutor I wanted to keep in hand. So, but anyway, he didn't have the Wasteland. He also missed a land drop. So I cover red, and I put up 500,000 of goblins. So can you see me, guys? Is the chat okay? So okay. Yeah, I think I will have to. Okay, that's the 1-0. It's really boring that I have to do this all the rounds. But okay. Here, this is a hand with cantrips and lands, so we're fine. We fetch for a basic and we ponder here. I like pondering here because instead of the first turn, you like to two of the top cards, but not the third. So, and this is gives deeper better. So he has a emerald to 5, and he has just white things and no blue lands. So that's just really easy. We found the Nauseam and Thoxize. We keep the Nauseam. Our plan is to play Thoxize and Nauseam next turn and just kill him. He has Stoneforge Mystic, which we don't care about. We know all his hands, so we don't need to do anything. We are not gonna risk it here. We just pass the turn. So he draws a blue land, so he still has nothing. He wants to kill us the next turn. We draw LED and we Thoxize him. Let's see what he does. Oh, he has an unknown card, right? The spell pierce. Now we know has all his hands, so we don't care. And we just Past in Flames loop him, and that's game. Here we play up with more spells to dodge its force to closures. So it's not really needed, but it's also just free to do so. So yeah. That's round 1, that's game 2. Really boring this, but yeah. So we have lands and spells, so that's good. Here we boarded it, the Duress and the 2 Abrupt Decays for Rain of Filth, Cavalry, and Lotus Petal. Like, mana is what we less need. So, in this matchup where they are slow and long, so you will get flooded if you don't win fast. And if you are now some fast, you can pass the turn most of the times. Like, we don't want the Past in Flames, but we want the Thoxize. We get Bayou so that we can play. I think here he has a stocked hand, a really strong hand. So here he plays Spell Pierce, which is pretty bad because I just pay. And I got Basic, so and I take his one of the Snapcaster. So if he just let me take something, he will have three counters instead of only 2. And so thanks. So I Duress, he Flusters, I don't care. I have another Thoxize. I just want, also trading Fluster for Duress is like the best we can do. Here with Snapcaster. We just don't want them to. He has nothing else, right? With Stoneforge, so think we know all his hand, but one card, and we don't care about. It's a cavalry. Here we just set up for the next turn. Yeah, that's true. I'm gonna put it like so. Having Dark Petition, we don't care about the abrupt decay. That it is good. He was F6, so with Thoxis is nothing, and we decayed, so we don't. He didn't gain the lives, so that's good. So we Infernal Tutor, and we tend the same for a bunch. So that's 2-0. I will try to keep peace. Here we have another hand that has spells and lands, so any hand with 2 lands, 2 cantrips, and whatever is good. Like maybe the perfect hand is 2 cantrips, 2 lands, 1 discard, 2 mana sources. So yeah. We play Thoxis, text or LED, we draw a replacement LED. We don't need lands here. So we just want to dig for business. Oh, I remember this game. He has Fatal Push, Snapcaster, Diabolic Edict. He will be stuck on lands a few turns. We just pass. He ponders. He shuffles. Gets no lands. There's a shuffle. He plays a Strix. He draws. He gets no lands. I want to take a Snapcaster or him to Turak. 7. That's his hand now. You're just getting floated out. He's chasing. That's really bad for us. We keep floating. He keeps chasing. This game is really difficult to win now, but we keep playing. He plays a Liliana, which does not much. He has no discard. Here in the last possible turn, we draw the Infernal Tutor. Here is an interesting play, okay? He has 3 lands, I am at 3, and I have an LED on the table, so I think he can have Call Against Command. So that I play Infernal Tutor, and in response I Cavalry, so that he can never Call Against Command me, and I'm not gonna fetch this. I have enough mana, so I'm not gonna fetch this. We die to counterspell whatever he does, but we can play around Call Against Command. So we play Infernal Tutor, respond with Cavalry, and then we crack this for red, and then Past in Flames is. Here I feel really smart because he had a Call Against Command. So yeah, we kill him and that's it. Round and game 2. Here we have a decent hand. We have a Flaster for his to Turak. We have Cancris. Here we just keep on the Flaster up. So yeah, we just stay there. We Flaster, we Brainstorm. Here we do this. He has a really strong hand. Okay, here, okay, here I misplay a lot because he had like no clock and nothing really going. So I just take him to bait that if after seeing his hand I go Lotus Petal Dark Grid, he was gonna Fossil Will it, and then I was gonna Fluster it, and then just win. But that seemed wrong. Also, he didn't took the bait, so that means that I just throw everything away. But seeing his hand was really slow. My hand was really strong, so I could have just waited. So that was a really huge mistake. He decided like against other control decks with taking 3 mana but putting Flasters and Duress. Yeah, here I Fluster this, which does nothing because you can just pay and yeah, this game was all down the river. And I conceded before he can't see my deck. That was a really poor played game. I could have just waited a lot of turns. I had P5 Infernal. I just need to draw something. But yeah. So my hand is really strong, so I just go for. I see hand. He has Force plus blue card, but so I just Goblin him. I Brainstorm so to take maybe a Surgical so and a Toxic Delusion could have, and then he draws and concedes. Round 3, round 4. So he Inquisitions me. I don't know what he's playing now, but I address him and I see his hand. He's playing the Suchenic deck with Bitter Blossom. The deck is really slow on aggro, so that's good. If it doesn't get a Delver, it's really slow. So yeah. Here we are good, so we just Ritual, LED, Crack, Piff, and we have Infernal there, so we just do everything again, and that's just the usual game. So for a more detailed insight, just watch the games of yesterday. But here you can see my hand, and other situations are just playing. So Inquisition's my Durus. Here's missing land drops, which I'm really happy, but Fox him. He has surgical ponder days, so I don't really care. He ponders, and then with the ponder finds land, so that is played. Then he plays Skurmak. Play Brainstorm. Here. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Here I could take the days or the fossil will. I took the days, and here I was trying that I can cover it, and if he doesn't surgical my Durus or my Deltas, we are Nauseam, which is a plan because Nauseam is getting much worse. Or I can preordain into a Dark Red or Lotus Petal, and if I get any of both, I win there. So I decided that being my hand so low on of cards, he's gonna cut my cover red because I cannot. So I was pretty sure he will do that. So I ended up casting Preordain, bottom. I know, I thought that. And then here he casts, and then I am at 10. I have no much options. He surgicals and he sees I have nothing. Then I'm low on life, low on mana. He found force. I brainstorm here. Was still dead. So yeah. Even here, okay, Infernal and get passive list to shuffle my deck. Then if I draw off it, or if I had search a red land here, I could have won. Here, I have no out here, so yeah. Let's go and lose. Game 3. Maybe I should have taken the force. Yeah, anyway, most blue cards were pretty good in this situation, so. I see Pyroblast and not red mana. He draws the red mana, obviously. So, our good hand is not worse. I try to leverage his mana on. I have land drops, so I just try to get ahead with what he has. So maybe he taps out, or he does something that he loses the ability to cast cantrips. Maybe here I should have just jammed, get his Pyroblast, and just keep cantripping. But he was doing nothing, I was doing nothing, so I did not care. So, and I prefer to draw like bad cards to put back with Brainstorm. So, I'm fine. Here he has 7 cards, he does nothing. Here, the thing is that he still do nothing. He wants to play, he has no card that he can cast. Okay, he plays this already. So he has this plus 2 unknown cards. So I mean that if I let him, so if he just doesn't, if he doesn't draw a land or a card he can cast, he will gonna discard, which is good for me. But yeah, that didn't work out so well. He's surgical my Durus, which is fine, but now he sees my hand and he can Pyroblast my threat. Here, draw another brainstorm, which is awesome. So he Pyroblast this, Wasteland there. So yeah, here I just didn't found any discard. That's good. He spell pierced my Ponder, which is really great. Because I cannot Dark Red in response, so that he daces. So it's really great for him. So yeah, then I just have no... have Thug Size. He has double Puzzle Will and Daze, so yeah. I wait. I have no Durus in my deck, so the only out I have is like having that, drawing Dark Red as a pass in place, but now I have no more outs and I lose this round. Round 4. Round 5. We don't know what our opponent is playing. Or these cards are decent. We need just mana to announce him, so these are nice. That's good. We have a discard spell, we have a Nauseam, which is one of the better cards. So with this card, we take his Glimpse, which was the most possible. If they start with Meta Sentinel, it always usually means that they have a Glimpse chain. He plays his stuff, he plays more stuff. So this. Here just Dark Red and Nauseam with the plan to pass away, to pass my turn most likely also. Here pass, he has 1 to 5 with Dryad, so he needs to draw into natural order to kill me. If he doesn't do, I play Cavalry. Infernal for Cabal. Here I Duress him, he has nothing. I cannot fetch, I have to Thoxize to get Hellbent, so I Thoxize him. I have a lot of mana, so I could Thoxize for Duress, but I have mana to cast Ball. So then here I pass in Flames. I can even preordain, but yeah. That's just... So... okay, I just tenders him. We move to 6, our hand is not really... Really? So we take a Zenith, just nonsense. But our hand is really weak. Like that and that. He draws a Glimpse. And yeah, he topped the Glimpse with 1 creature or maybe 2 in hand. And with this little combo, which is pretty good when you are starting the Glimpse chains. Yeah, I think. Also, he just draws his decks and attacks with Dryad, Arbor, Netted Sentinel, and Crater Hoof. I cannot echo in anyone. He attacks with 3 creatures, and that's just, yeah, I can see you. I can let you, but he just doing other things. So he attacked with this, and this, so I cannot echo in one to get rid of the lethal. But that was that game. Put this first. Hard. NTTO is really bad. Yeah, just elves and a glimpse. I take the Thog sides because I have Duress for glimpse. He glimpses at Fluster. Maybe I should have played in the other direction, just Duress and then Fluster whatever he draws next. But I think that makes better use of my mana, or maybe not. I'm not sure. Here, Oh, I Duress him and he has Natural Order. So he just starts attacking. Yes. Nothing. I copy Dark Grid this turn, so I pass. If this turn, if he doesn't draw an instant or sorcery, like Thinid, Natural Order, Surgical, Thoxize, I win. He didn't do, so yeah, I already played that and that. So here I can just, even if he's Surgical to my Inferno to turn having drawn this, I win. If it's Surgical to my Dark Grid, I don't win, but I don't reveal information. I take another Lotus Petal so that I can get up Storm. That was because the last one I could have won. I could have looped, but I had not lethal. So here just lands. So I Dark Grid, I Petal, and yeah, I try to send. That was round 5, so. So I'm gonna restart this. 1 second. Okay, we are back again. Account. Round 6. Go. Hello, Search for Tomorrow. We're playing against Beast. So we don't know what he's playing. So here we think that he's on Canadian or on Sneak and Show. Maybe Grixis Delver. So we take the discards. Hand is good. He plays Flooded Strand. Brainstorm his turn that says like it's more like Canadian, and he didn't know what we are playing. We brainstorm here. So it's more like Sneak and Show that he brainstorm in his turn. It's more likely. So anyway, we fetch. So he's on Miracles. The turn 1 Volk is quite weird. Also, not weird, on disconcerting. But we were good. He has counters here. Okay. Our hand is like really, really strong and resilient. Like we have Piff, we have a lot of mana, we have a Nauseam, and he has just counter spells and Brainstorm. So I took the Brainstorm just because his hand was with the Brainstorm. You could keep get rid of this and make better plays. So I just take the Brainstorm and let it within counter spells. So my hand is really strong. So I don't care. When I draw a discard or an Infernal Tutor or even a bit more mana, I can just end up. We are just the only thing we are afraid is of Counterbalance. Here with Dark Grid and Passing Flames. That's just a bait spell. If he lets it resolve with Thoughtseize and Brainstorm, which is really great for us. We can Thoughtseize, Brainstorm, and even Dark Grid go off. But this is just, we waste 2 cards so that he wasted 1 card. So really we just trade our Dark Grid for his counter spell. And we have a lot of mana here. So he uses counter spell on this, and we still have Piff. It's really unlikely that we get to use 2 times the Piff. So we just traded our extra Dark Grid for that. He predicts here blank because he's afraid. Passing Flames is quite a problem. So we have a lot of cards. So here I'm fine. He plays nothing. I play nothing. I want to draw. Okay, here I draw Thoughtseize. Okay, here I draw Thoughtseize. I have 5 lands. So my plan here is that with almost any non-land draw, also non-mana draw, next turn I win. Even with this, he has that and that and 2 other cards. So even on that, with next turn I go a Nauseam, then I go Thoughtseize, then I go Piff. So he needs to have 1, 2, 3 counter spells, and Fossil Wills doesn't let him have so many counter spells. So he can hardcast Force and then have something else. But if I draw any business spell, and even so, a Nauseam is getting worse. So we're just gonna trade again. At the end of this turn, we just trade 1 of his counter spells for a Nauseam. That's also great. We get him to tap down. He has 1 Force. Here we draw. Okay, we draw Infernal Tutor, which is absolutely the best spell we can draw. He forces with Flusterstorm, which I think is strange. So here we cast Piff, it resolves, and if not, we could just Infernal Tutor for another Passing Flames and just, he has nothing in hand, just Swords and nothing else. So yeah, that's game. Round 6, game 2. So here we dodge we have so in this matchup having abrupt decay in hand is really good. Like it's just so much insurance. So we just can wait him to drop a counterbalance. Here we duress him. Yes, quite okay. Here's the thing. Okay, we see Fossil Will, Fluster, Vendilion, so he's gonna get greedy for sure, and he's gonna cast Vendilion Click end of turn, and then he will be tapped out, and we are just gonna announce him in response. He does that, he targets me. I Dark Red. This again just a pass the turn at Nauseam, which is the most announcements you do when you cast it early, but so we draw a bunch of cards. He takes, well, I don't remember. He takes Abrupt Decay so that he can clock us. Yeah, we take Fluster, we red. Here he made a mistake of letting me discard his Snapcaster Mage instead of, he has 3 cards, so that was his hand before I Toxize. So he let me discard his Snapcaster Mage. He was dead regardless, but so he just has insurance that I didn't discard his Fluster Storm, but yeah. I play this. He doesn't know about the LED, by the way. That was the card I drew with Vendilion Click. I cannot play this land, so I don't care. He flusters this. Then I just have. So now he has this and this. I don't pay. I play LED, crack for red, passing flames. And then dark red, cabal red. Another red. Dark petition. Tetris. Okay. So that's round 6, that's round 7. Here play against Bob Huang, who beat up friends of me on Storm the round before. So I know he's on Rex's Delver, my friend. No, I did not split. So he just wastelands me. I had lethal. I'm gonna restart this game because I think I just went fast and maybe I played wrong, but okay, I'm gonna go slow on it. I know he has some discards in his deck, so this hand is really good if it doesn't have Wasteland. What's this game? He talks on my Infernal Tutor. I draw a replacement tutor. I see Wasteland and okay, that was not the game. So he plays his clock. We preordain, see a dark red, so here he is dead the next turn if he doesn't find the discard he found. So he was dead, so if he didn't, even if he drew any counter spell, he was dead. Because we just go Thoxize, take the card he drew. Here, we would have gone land, Thoxize, take the card he drew, so his force has no blue card to go with it. Then we Lotus Petal red, but yeah, the Infernal Tutor got us. Game 2. Da, 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 da. Bing, bang. So we are here short of mana. Here, okay, that was a game I did played wrong. Wait, I'm gonna restart that. Okay, I think that was the first game, that was the second one. Okay. Here I play, I cannot search for a basic island, that's bad. I ponder, and I put land on top, Petal, Infernal. So I should have put Petal, Infernal, land, because that was the problem. It just wastelanded me out of black, and I have just gone for, I could just have Petal, red, discard, Infernal, win if he wastelands, so that was pretty bad from my side. Yeah. I ordered the cast wrong. I didn't think he was gonna aggressive. Oh, okay, here also on the second turn he thought a lot about what to do with surgical in my Anki. Maybe get rid of my surgical, but then he played as Delco. I didn't make the land drop, so I know what was my plan, so I didn't make my land drop so that he can't wasteland me. And when I draw Petal, I just try to win through days. So here Petal, I Dark Red, it resolves. I Thoxas, I Duress. Okay. I take his Smash Casualties. Here I took the junk PC, but I should have taken the Brainstorm. Because this, and I just made 14 goblins, and that's good enough. His Delver doesn't flip. He ponders, finds a land, and then the problem here is that after that, now he could brainstorm into land and explosives, and that would have been bad. So that's the reason I should have taken the brainstorm. The Delver flipped, he brainstormed, he found no land and explosives or whatever other card. So he surgicals me to get the information, and so that's the win and end game. So my hand is really, really strong. So yeah, I just go Dark Red, it resolves. Here you have to jam. Here he has nothing, and then I just Past in Flames loop him a lot. Yeah, okay, that was the Swiss. Now going to the top 8. Here play against Dark Depths. So I have a good hand with lands and one discard, so I'm fine. I think I didn't know. I take the map, so he has just a nothing hand. He needs both combo pieces, so that's fine. I draw Infernal Tutor, which is great. He plays Safekeeper. Here just draw Past in Flames. He has 4 cards, and here, okay, here I have to check because if he has crop rotation, I am dead next turn. If he doesn't have it, I am also dead next turn. So I mean, I'm not dead next turn, but yeah, I'm dead next turn. So if he has crop rotation, I die. So or he doesn't have it, or so I copied Dark Grid. Here, that's not like here. Just want to not get killed. I don't use all my resources, so I passed in flames. So if he doesn't have crop rotation, I win. So he didn't have it. It's because if he draws a discard and has crop rotation or so. So my hand was really strong and I was not short on mana. No, I had lethal, yes. I had lethal the turn before. That's totally right. But he was doing nothing and my hand was strong against one discard. So I didn't want it to run into crop rotation. That's the reason I passed the turn. So I prefer to draw, and maybe I draw Durus, or maybe I draw Cantrip, or maybe. But when he drops Dark Depths, I think I have to go for it. Okay, here I just Toxes him, and he concedes even before showing him the tendrils. Okay, round 8, game 2. I had lethal. That's totally right. But he could not combo kill me, and I think getting a draw step for me was better than getting from him. So my hand is good. We have a cantrip and mana, which is like the best you can have. We just brainstorm, duress him, take his thorn. So here I duress because I know he has thorns. So that's a weird opening, like Thespian stage map. That's like a bit weird. That says most likely that he has some CMC2 card. Here don't play Lion's Eyes. Echo Truth Infernal Tutor. So yeah. And a Dark Grid, Infernal, 5, crack both LEDs, Nauseam, and yeah, I have 1 blue and 1 black floating after all this, so yeah, I take whatever. And I have to pass the turn because I have no mana. He has a second crop rotation, so I force him to play on Bojuka to not get killed because he can. He could just end of turn Bojuka the Bayou, and then 2020 me. So I just I'm fine. I just take his Clog, and I Dark Petition for a Dark Grid. Here I just loop him out. He has to have drawn exactly Surgical. So Infernal for Cavalry. Sadly I cannot use this for black mana, but I have more than enough mana. If he has Surgical, I die. If not, I will win. Cavalry. So okay. Round 8, that's round 9 against the End Solver. I didn't know what he was playing, but he usually plays Dark Depths or Black Red Reanimator. So, but in the past he has been playing Dark Depths. I don't know. It's quite possible that this game cannot be reproduced because he goes turn 1 Pithy Needle. So when your opponent names cards, it happens a lot that the game doesn't go on. So it did work, but in the past it's already worked a lot. So here I'm fine. I know he has no crop rotation because he turns my Infernal Tutor instead of my Tendrils. He would have had crop rotation. He just take my Tendrils and win. He pithing my Misty. I just search for another land. I fear the Polluted Delta that does nothing. That's Pith, so that's good. Sylvan Safekeeper does nothing. Brainstorm, that's the hell of a good card. So yeah, I put this back, and I just... The turn before the premise, I didn't have Threshold for the Cavalry in my graveyard, so I was short on mana. No, I was short on Storm here. Yeah, that's... I could not 20 in here. Like, I was only 6 spells or so. But now... Yeah. Yeah, that's the reason I didn't win. I could loop, but not storm him enough. Okay. Round 9, replay game 2. I have a decent hand. Thug size. He takes my thug size, that means that he has something good like a sphere or so. Here I play the petal, so if he has a sphere, I don't get delighted by this. I can just brainstorm response to the sphere and then play land and focus him to try to win on the next turn. But no, his hand is like... He puts me on a clock. Like, I have to win now. I brainstorm. So here this hand kills him. I can even brainstorm to... I don't know. I have X-axis. Left I Druid. So he needs surgical. At the end of the round, he told me in the chat he has Toxin in hand, but I think putting a clock is also decent. I had brainstorm to hide the good cards. So giving me time was pretty bad. So he just tries to win. And yeah, that's just X-axis. That's 3, 5. Dark Petition for another ritual, another mana source, that's 6. That's Infernal Tendrils is 10. Okay. On up to the finals. Round 10. This is the guy on the Jonathan's Eugenic list that beat me on the... That beat me in the Swiss, and he plays first, he has Delver. I have a quite strong hand. So let's go Ponder. I have Duress Ponder, so if he didn't have Wasteland, I win. He doesn't flip the Delver, but he Wastelands me, and that's pretty bad. Inquisition by Rit. So I'm really in a bad position. So I don't cast the Duress now. I'm gonna just wait a bit. Inquisitions, my Ponder, which I think is wrong, but the Delver flips to Spell Pierce. He has a Wasteland. That's okay. He plays True Name. That's also good for us. Not good, but we just take a Spell Pierce and see information. Spell Pierce and Fatal Push. So he attacks. I draw Duress, I draw LED, which is one of the better cards. I take his ball, so he cannot. So he cannot draw land and bolt us. So we go to 2. We draw a land, and then here. Okay. Here's it for a basic because I have Rain of Filth in my deck, and because Rain of Filth, I prefer basic. Which if I draw Rain of Filth, it will not be negated by Wasteland, and I don't care about the color of the mana. Okay, next. Here, my plan is I could have gone preordain, and if I draw a Lotus Petal, a Dark Red, or a LED, I most likely win. But I think my my win chances are higher if I go like I'm gonna do. I Infernal Tutor, crack LED, get LED, play LED, cast Past in Flames, 1 black floating. Cast Dark Red. I have double Infernal Tutor, which is quite good for us. I take LED. LED. I have 3 cantrips. Okay, here I saw Infernal Tutor on Petal. If I would have another cantrip in graveyard, I would have taken Petal because it just gives more looks, but not having it just was better. I ponder, and here I see Dark Red and LED and another card. So I just Dark Red, ponder, get LED, LED, Infernal, crack LED for black. Just got there. Thunderstorm. I got, and in this round, in this game I got lucky. I don't think in the last game I got lucky. But so my hand is like amazing. I can go. So okay. Here I can do empty for 6 on turn 1, which I think is pretty weak. So I just ponder, Cavalry. I found mana, so that's pretty good. Delver doesn't flip, he plays lands. He plays Preordain. I think he tops bottoms. And he plays Delver. I think that's a medium mistake. Seeing his hand, okay? Here I Dark Red. Okay, I play Petal and Dark Red, and he lets it resolve. Did you know why you're doing this? Okay. Let's let it resolve, and then he had here. He had Spell Pierce days. He has double day Spell Pierce. I think having Spell Pierce and double Delver, which is quite a clock, he should have he should have double Pierce my Dark Red of a Petal. He just tries 2 for 1, 2 for 2, but then he has double Spell Pierce. He has double Delver and Spell Pierce up, which was a bit of a mistake. Like, I think his odds on winning there are quite high if he does that, but yeah. I'm Cavalry, Past in Flames, loop him. I have 1 red and 1 black floating if I need it. He says that this island was for his days. I pay. Cavalry, Infernal Tutor. I have exactly 8 mana, so I grab the Tendrils. I play empty for 28 goblins. That's a bit of showboat, but I think it's fine. And then I tenders him for lethal, and I win the tournament. Yoo-hoo! I got lucky with my matchups. I didn't mull a lot. I think I didn't even mull. 1 game only. Like, this deck when you mull, it's pretty bad. But if you get to not mole, that's really awesome. And that was it. So thanks everyone for being here. That was today just a fast stream, but there you can see here you can always check out the whole sideboard for each game. So yeah, so see you later. Thanks for following, subscribing, donating, whatever, and I'm really near to get partnership. So if you get to see me more, that will be awesome. So goodbye and thanks.